guys didn't see that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on to this video. Brock Lesnar versus Batista. You guys voted on it. You guys went under that poll that I had in the link in the description box below. You guys voted on it. I really appreciate you guys voting. Got a pretty good amount of votes. Mick Foley and Edge was like, you know, it was coming up. The votes were coming for him. Very late, though. Brock Lesnar and Batista easily won the poll. It's a very suggested match in the YWC. Everybody thinks Brock Lesnar and Batista is going to happen. Some people think at WrestleMania they're going to, you know, kick Batista out at the door of the main event, which I'd love to see. I don't want to see Batista in the main event of WrestleMania 30. But, you know, whatever. It's whatever. A lot of people think it might happen on Raw. A lot of people might, you know, I really don't know why they'd have it on Raw and give that blockbuster match for free. But, you know, I'd love to see a big match on Raw. We really don't see a lot of big matches or title matches on Raw anymore. It's just, it either has a screwy finish or just something, you know, it's not good at all. So, it'll be interesting to see if these guys ever do face off. I think if they do, they're going to face off around SummerSlam time. But anyway, also, guys, if you want to vote for the next Who's Better participants, and go and link in the description box below that I made. It's actually pretty cool. I have a lot of good candidates that you can pick from the order. There's 5 candidates, or 5 times 2 is 10. So, or if you, I'm going to leave that to you guys to view. So you guys can vote for whatever. Send some suggestions in for the next poll that I'll have up. So, really appreciate that, guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on to the video. Better debut. We're going to go with Brock Lesnar. I think Brock Lesnar debuted right after the night of WrestleMania 18. It was Goldust. I mean, no, not Goldust. It was Maven, Spike Dudley, and Al Snow in a triple threat match for the Hardcore title. And then Brock Lesnar just came down there and, you know, wreaked havoc on everything. And then after that, had a super power bomb on Spike Dudley. I mean, my God, that was a power bomb right there in and of itself. But Batista's wasn't as cool as Brock Lesnar's, or wasn't as tense, or wasn't as aggressive as it was as Brock Lesnar. Batista came in 2002, but he was Brother Devon's manager, and, you know, they collected funds and stuff like that. Batista had a briefcase. I mean, I thought it was pretty stupid, but luckily they reunited Team 3D and the Dudley Boys or whatever. But, you know, other than that, I think Brock Lesnar wins this one easily. Number 2, better entrance. Brock Lesnar. Batista's entrance is not that good to me. His 2004, 2005 entrance was not that bad. You know, when he came out solo, it was like, dun, dun. It didn't have any lyrics at all, and then they, you know, made it different where it's, I walk alone. You know, I was totally off key, so forgive me for that one. I was going to say something, and then all of a sudden I just started wanting to sing it. So I had the urge to sing something, so I bet that sounded horrible. But yeah, I don't like Batista's entrance. It's kind of annoying to me, actually. To me, I like Brock Lesnar's entrance. It's pretty cool. It gets you pumped up too. It's like a big fight feel kind of entrance. Dun 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 dun. It's really good. I like Brock Lesnar's entrance. I think it's pretty good. And I like Brock Lesnar's entrance and the way he comes out too. It's pretty cool. Number 3. Brock Lesnar 2, Batista zilch. The third category, more charisma. Both these two don't have the most, you know, they don't have charisma like, they're not oozing machismo and charisma like Razor Ramon, but some have more than others. Brock Lesnar really got on the mic around 2004, you know, at the Royal Rumble 2004 pay-per-view. He was like, you should be conducting this interview with Brock Lesnar and not Bill Goldberg or whatever. And that kind of, you know, they had Survivor Series 2003. Brock Lesnar was really on the mic, but when he was heel, when you're a heel, you kind of have to be on the mic more. And that's what they did with Batista. He was on the mic in 2010 a lot. It was on the mic a lot for 2007 when he was feuding with guys like Edge, which really required him to do that. You know, making the feud even more, putting more fuel on the fire of the feud, I guess you could say. So, more charisma, definitely Batista. Brock Lesnar, you know, he really got on the mic in 2012, but in the contract negotiations and having the Raw Super Show starring Borg Laser, but, you know, Borg Laser, oh my god, whew, Borg Laser, well, anyway, hashtag Borg Laser, but, you know, it's just, I don't understand why they gave Brock Lesnar the mic, but I was pretty excited when they did bring back Paul Heyman there, and now he was the mouthpiece for Brock Lesnar, and when he was the mouthpiece, Brock Lesnar didn't have to speak a lot. That's not what Brock Lesnar has to do. And Batista, for a while, he didn't speak a lot either because, in Evolution, they had Ric Flair and Triple H and, a little bit of Randy Orton. They were focusing on Randy Orton. But then it went from Randy Orton to Batista, and then Batista going over Triple H and stuff like that. So, anyway, Batista won, Brock Lesnar 2. Better on the mic, I guess you'd say, falls right in the same category. So, Batista 2-2 with Brock Lesnar. Better heel. I'm going with Brock Lesnar. Batista was a heel, but people really liked Batista, especially in 2005, New Year's Revolution. They wanted Batista to make the turn, and he kind of did make the turn to face. You knew that it was going to come when Evolution was going to break up. You thought it was going to happen there when Batista and Triple H faced off, and when they won, and then he won the Royal Rumble. Everybody knew what was going to happen. But yeah, he was a heel. Was with Evolution, then he made a face turn, and then in 2010 he turned heel again. So I thought Batista was a pretty good heel. But to me, Brock Lesnar was better. He was a heel in 2002, and then around the late 2002 when when Heyman went to be Big Show's manager and stuff like that. I thought it was pretty good to turn him face. I just didn't understand why they did the whole thing with Paul Heyman and Big Show. I think Paul Heyman's weirdest, management services was either with Heidenreich or Ryback. I don't know which one, but they're both up there. But again, yeah, Brock Lesnar was just a better heel to me. I thought the one he had in 2003 was very well done when they had in the steel cage match. Basically, he made a deal with the devil with Mr. McMahon. I think they had like a little mini corporation in there. It was Sable, Mr. McMahon, and Brock Lesnar. But Brock Lesnar is definitely better heel. I liked him as a heel better, and again, he's heel right now. And if you watch wrestling, if you just started watching wrestling yesterday, you think Batista would be a heel because of the amount of boos he gets, but that's not the case. Better face Batista. Brock Lesnar is very well liked, and he can be very well liked, but he gets more boos than he does cheers a lot of the time. And Batista currently is playing that Brock Lesnar role of trying to be a face, but gets booed a lot due to the fact that our boy D. Bry, he's not in the main event of WrestleMania, but he could be. But that's a topic for another day when I do my predictions for the Elimination Chamber with Anything Goes show. So stay tuned for that too. But again, better face Batista. Brock Lesnar more of a heel, and Batista, he was a face for a majority of his run being a world champion, 2005, 2006, and 2007, and around 2008 as well, and then 2009. He's a face for about 4 years, and I say he didn't get like extremely stale to the point like Randy Orton, but he carried that face mentality of Batista, and he had some pretty good matches over the course of being a face as well. And now we get into the next category. Better in-ring attire. No answer, because Brock Lesnar just had a plain black attire, kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Batista had a regular white trunks with like red lacing, I guess you can say, and he had the dragon, from his back that he had on his tattoo, into his attire as well, and he incorporated that. That was the word I was looking for, incorporated. So my mind went a little bit blank, but but the reason why I say no answer is because, Brock Lesnar, he made the UFC thing, which is pretty cool, but, they're in the same category of cool, in 2005 his attire, 2006 his attire, 2007, around that area. But I was going to say Batista wins this category, but his attire coming back is just bad. I mean, come on. Have you seen his Royal Rumble attire? Wearing boxer briefs and some tennis shoes, walking out to the ring. My God, Batista, please get a new sense of fashion, because if you're wearing that at WrestleMania, I swear, oh my Lord, oh my Lanta, I don't know. But Batista better not wear the same attire that he wore at Royal Rumble. I thought it looked horrible. Just wear something else, and don't wear skinny jeans, Batista, or a track jacket. You just, nah. Better nickname, we're going with Batista. The Beast Incarnate, the Beast, Brock Lesnar, the Force, the Freak of Nature. He's been called a lot of different things, Brock Lesnar has. But Batista, I like the Animal nickname a lot better than Brock Lesnar, so I'm going to go with Batista. Better in-ring work, I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. Now, Batista, Man, there's been a lot of memories of Batista, just messing up a lot. Um, Batista, he's had pretty good. He's had a lot of good matches. I'm not gonna take anything away from that he didn't have. He's had a lot of bad matches as well. Just I like Brock Lesnar's in-ring work a lot better. He had a pretty good match with The Rock at SummerSlam. Had some good matches in 2002. Then made the shift to SmackDown in 2003 and the end of 2002 when he feuded with guys like The Undertaker, when he feuded with guys like John Cena, like Kurt Angle, that really showed how his in-ring work is good, and it's really, really good. Um, and then when he came back, he had a lot of good matches. He had a really good match with Extreme Rules Fight with Batista. Had bad matches with Triple H to some extent. And he had a very, very good match against CM Punk at SummerSlam. So, Brock Lesnar has very good in-ring work, and the only thing I don't really want to see Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, but, I think it'll be a really good match, though, because Brock Lesnar is very good in the ring. And Batista, he's pretty good in the ring, but then again, he's not Brock Lesnar-like. He's not as good as Brock Lesnar to me. Yeah, I don't think Batista has better in-ring work. I don't know. I just want to bring it back a bad memory to everybody. Remember when Mark Henry came down and gave Batista a headbutt? He just flops and does a backflip and stuff like that. Well, try to do a backflip and do like a little roll. I thought it was hilarious. So I wanted to say that when I was the memory I wanted to bring back for you guys and get that vision in there. So yeah, you guys can suffer with that for 3 seconds, and then we can go to the next category. I'll wait. Okay, the 3 seconds is ended. You may now think about something else. Bigger draw, Brock Lesnar, definitely. Batista came back, and he had a lot of good... Batista came back, and he had some ratings. He got a lot of pay-per-view... he got a pretty good amount of pay-per-view buys when he was on the marquee and SmackDown and stuff like that, and being promoted as the world champion. When he feuded with Undertaker, but Undertaker was, there for the majority, and so was Batista as well. But that's when they merged the pay-per-views all together and stuff like that, and they got rid of the Raw and the SmackDown pay-per-views. I wish they still had those, but Brock Lesnar definitely a bigger draw. You can say he, The Rock, and Undertaker were responsible for all those million pay-per-view buys at WrestleMania 29. John Cena to some degree, but they're all responsible for WrestleMania 29 and that getting over. And, how many pay-per-view buys that people bought the show at Extreme Rules. Every time Brock Lesnar's on TV, he gets a lot of good spike in ratings and draws a lot of eyes from the UFC and older fans from Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar's definitely a bigger draw, and definitely a more, not athletic, but more of an attraction to come see, because Brock Lesnar does have that big fight feel and that, the ambiance that he creates and that, the whole feel of an arena when Brock Lesnar comes out makes it very intense. Better finisher, this is the last one because we're going to finish this video off with the better finisher category. Batista Bomb's pretty cool, but the F5's a lot more awesomer. To me, I like the F5 a lot. I think it's very awesome. We have never really seen the F5. We've seen a lot of power bombs. I think a lot of people do the power bomb and it gets kind of annoying, just kind of like the spear does. If it's done right. Batista did the spine buster, the spear, and the power bomb, which is 3 of the most used moves and finishers and signature moves that there are to date. Brock Lesnar, I like his F5 a lot, and his bot shooting star press. So, anyway, guys, that's it for Cobra here. Thank you for watching this video very much. My next video will be the Royal Rumble 2005 DVD review. So make sure to come back on Saturday or Sunday if I get a chance to upload it on Saturday, and check that video out. Thank you guys for watching. Cobra here. Well, I botched that a lot, like the shooting star press, but peace out.